Hello rail fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building this old Milwaukee Road S12 switcher unit. The reason I decided to build this is because this is one of the few locomotives I actually have a model of, and I recently got it out of storage. So since I could look at it from all angles, I figured why not build it. So let's get into it. As usual, I'm going to be building it on the front of the train I already have here. So our first step is to take out a dark oak stair to be the coupler. We're going to come down and connect that to the coupler on this locomotive. Then we're going to come underneath it here with a dark oak fence gate to be a connected air hose. Then we're going to come up on this locomotive and delete these first two fence gates on each side and replace them with dark oak fence and extend it out. Next, we're going to take out polished blackstone stairs for the plow, and on the next block down, we need to get a row of 5, right side up and facing this way, coming across the rails. So extend it out to each side here. Now the plow on this one's unique. There's this little edge on the front of it. So we're going to go in our inventory and get out a dark oak slab here and put that in front of the coupler so it looks like the coupler's extended out. Because the plow is actually going to be 1 block behind here. In videos online, I actually seen the conductor rides on this little edge. Talk about safety. Behind that, we put a 3x5 of polished blackstone block. Then we'll come in here and extend our dark oak fences out on each side by another 1 so it's connected. Then we can switch to fence gates and put an open fence gate into the plow on each side. Now we come behind the plow with a polished blackstone block and we make this T-shaped pattern. Down above each rail on bottom, we put an end rod. Then behind that, more polished blackstone blocks in a 5x3, coming out to each side of the rails here. Now we come in here with a block of netherite for our wheels. Skip 1 block back behind the plow, netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then in the middle here, we do a 4x3 of polished blackstone blocks. Then our next set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Now upside down polished blackstone stairs facing this way here and facing forward here and here. Then polished blackstone slab across the bottom 2. Now we switch back to polished blackstone block and we can come back on top here. And on the second level up in this middle 3, we're going to fill that in coming down to the end of the truck here. We're going to come 1 row past the end of the wheels there. Now we can switch to a dark oak fence gate and we have to open them into each of the wheels on this end and each of the wheels down on this end. So 1 in this corner and get it open and then come over and do 1 on the other side here. Now we can come back around here with polished blackstone block and we're going to put another row of 3 here and a row of 3 underneath. Then we're going to extend it out by another 4 blocks here and just fill this 4 all the way in. The fuel tank is squared off on this one. And fill in the top as well. Now we do our next set of wheels, so skip a block and get netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then a 4x3 of polished blackstone block. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Switch to stairs, upside down stairs facing this way here, and facing this way on each side here. Then in the lower hitbox, we put polished blackstone slabs on each side. Now we take dark oak fence gates and open them into each of the wheels here, and come around and open them into each of these wheels as well. Then we can switch back to polished blackstone block, and we can continue this middle 3 on top here, down to the end of this truck. We come out above where those fence gates are. Then in front of that, we need to make a 5x3 coming to each side of the rails here. In front of that, we make a T-shaped pattern, and we put an end rod down above each rail on bottom. Then in front of that, we do another 5x3. Then we switch to polished black stone stairs, and we make a row of right side up stairs coming across the bottom to make that ledge. On the second block up in the middle, we put a slab, and then we turn around and stack up dark oak stairs till it reaches that. Delete the one you used for placement, put a dark oak fence gate underneath it for the air hose, and then we turn and face it, and on the second block up, 2 on each side, we open dark oak fence gates. Now we're going to go ahead and take out polished black stone slabs, and that's going to be our stairs coming up on each side here. So come down here, and on the bottom of each of these 3 blocks, we put a slab. Same thing over here, we fill in our stairs on this side, and then we got to go do it on the other end of the locomotive. So come down here and do the same thing. 3 slabs on the bottom hitbox of each of these blocks in between here. And same thing over here as well. This will complete our stairs. Now come on the sides of the trucks here, and everywhere there's a wheel, we put a hopper going into the wheel. And of course we have to do the same thing over on this side. So everywhere there's a wheel, put a hopper in front of the wheel. Same thing on this end. Now we're going to do the air tanks a little different here, and we're going to put sideways grindstones to represent the air tanks. They actually stick out on the side and they're very round on this one. So we're trying a new way to do it here with these grindstones. Now we're going to come in on the sides of the trucks again, and on the top level, come wheel to wheel with a polished black stone slab coming across the side of the truck here. And do the same thing here. Just extend the slabs wheel to wheel. And we'll do it on this side as well. And of course, one more truck to go here. Extend out the slabs. Now we're going to come in with a chain and put a chain in that corner and a chain coming in between here. And I'm realizing now I missed a slab there. I didn't even realize it when I was recording the video. And put a chain there. And now I'm looking at it and I'm not liking quite how these fuel tanks are. So we're going to edit this and change this up a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and delete all of these grindstones. The air tanks sit a bit higher on this locomotive, so I'm going to go in and get another grindstone, and I'm going to move the air tank up by 1 block here. And because they actually take up most of the fuel tank, we're going to edit this. 2 blocks is too tall for the fuel tank. So I'm going to delete everything on the bottom level of this fuel tank here. And then we'll fill in the bottom 3 of this fuel tank with polished black stone slabs. That way it still sticks down a little, but it still looks like the air tanks take up most of the fuel tank. So that looks a little bit more right looking at my model here. So then we'll come around and put our fuel tanks on the top on this side as well. Now we can get our chain back out and finish filling in all these gaps with chains here. And same thing down on this corner. Sorry about that, guys. Now we're going to switch to a polished black stone block, and we're going to go ahead and fill in this middle 5 on the top level all the way end to end. Now we're going to build the cab. So take out orange terracotta, and right behind the stairs here, we put a row of 5 coming all the way across, and then 1 sticking out in the middle. On the sides of that, smooth red sandstone stairs on each side coming like this, because there's stairs to get up to the door here. Then we make another row of 5 and another row of orange terracotta coming up, leaving a gap in the middle for a door. Behind that, we extend it out by 3 orange terracotta, and another row of 3 on each side, and then a column of 3 behind each of those. Then on here we fill in the sides with orange terracotta and put a red stone block in the middle to be the Milwaukee Road logo. Then we take out black wool and put it on each of the 4 corners. Then we switch to blue stained glass panes and fill in each side, and blue glass blocks on each side here. Then we're going to come in where this door gap is, and we're going to put orange terracotta in that bottom middle, just 1 block high. Now put a smooth red sandstone slab on that middle block right there, and one in the middle coming out to the plow. Now we're going to come on top of the cab with black wool, and we're going to fill in this top middle three to fill in the whole top of the cab here. Now in front of the cab here, we're going to come in by one block, and we're going to go back to orange terracotta, and we're going to start filling that in from the cab to the other end of the locomotive, 3 blocks high. We stop right at the edge of the stairs on this end. Then, in the middle, we're going to put 3 blocks of bedrock, and then on this side, we're going to come all the way down 3 blocks high with orange terracotta. When we get down in front of the cab here, the final one's only 2 blocks high. Then we're going to take black wool and make this L-shaped pattern here on top. And then another row of 3 black wool. Then we're going to switch to bedrock block, and what we're going to do is alternate every other block with bedrock until it comes out by 6 blocks of bedrock with a space in between. And you can see here I screwed up and missed a bedrock and didn't even realize it on that side. And then we'll go ahead and fill everything in that's open with black wool. So just keep filling all in between here with black wool, and then extend the black wool out by 3 all the way to the other end of the locomotive here. And actually this top middle block is going to be bedrock as well, so just punch that out and put bedrock in there. Now switch back to orange terracotta and come up here on this side with the door. We do a column of 2 in front of the door and then extend it forward by 2 right here. On this side, it's just 1 row of 3. Now we're going to come up on top of the cab and across the windows, polish black stone stairs, right side up facing outward on each side to get the curvature on top of the cab here. Now I'm going to take out an oak door and put a door here on the front, and then a door in this gap on the side. Now we're going to take out a ladder to represent some vents. So we're going to stack 3 high ladder, 1 block out from the cab on each side here. Then we're going to come down to the other end, and 1 block in from the end, knock out a column of 2. We put orange shulker boxes in the gap. Same thing on this side. 1 block from the end, we knock out 2 and put in orange shulker boxes. Then we're going to skip another one and put 1 down on the bottom of an orange shulker box on each side. Now we're going to come down here under this second bedrock, and on the bottom knock out a column of 2 and replace that with upside down smooth red sandstone stairs. We got to do the same thing on the other side here. So coming under this one here, knock out a column and upside down stairs. Now we're going to take out polished black stone slabs, and we're going to come on this end in the very middle on top and put 2 polished black stone slabs in the middle. Then to make the front grille here, this whole end of the locomotive we're going to fill with oak trapdoors, and we're going to close them all, coming all the way up from bottom to top. Now come on the top front in front of those 2 slabs and make a 3x3 of iron trapdoors. In front of that, we're going to switch back to polished black stone slabs, and in the middle, we're going to make a row of 4 coming out. Now on the second wool block back from those slabs, on this side we open a dark oak fence gate to be the horn. On the next wool block back from that, we're going to go ahead and put a bell. Then we're going to take out flower pots and put them on each side 1 block out from the cab. In the middle behind that door, we're going to put black wool in the middle, and now we can crouch and put carpet over that door, and then everywhere on this top of the locomotive here, anywhere that we haven't built anything, we're going to fill it all with black carpet, just so it looks coherent from the top. So cover all these vents and come around each side of these slabs. And we'll put some on each side of this slab as well, just to make it consistent. come on the nose here and put an item frame on that slab with a glowstone for the headlight. The headlight sticks up on this one. And then another item frame with glowstone above this door to be the headlight. Now come on down here because I just realized an error. The bell does not go here, so erase that bell. This is actually where the exhaust goes. So we're going to go into our inventory here, and we're going to take out a smoker to be the exhaust. So replace that with a smoker. Sorry about that. My model that I have doesn't have any of its separate molded pieces, so I had to go off photos I could find online to try to figure out where all this stuff on top is. So now that that's right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to come underneath here. We're going to delete this chain here and put the bell there. Now we're going to come on this side with trap doors for some more vents and close 2 trap doors right there. And we'll come over and do it on this side as well. So right next to these stairs, we close 2 trap doors to be some more vents. Now we're going to take iron bars for our railings. Starting here, we come from the bottom and up by 4, and then over 2, and we make a 2 by 2 on each side of the front porch here. Same thing over here, so we're going to make a 2 by 2 of iron bars, and then we're going to extend that out over the side and connect it going all the way down to the bottom. Up here it's just 4 coming up on each side, so 4 iron bars coming up. Now behind the cab, we start up here, we come over 2, come underneath it, come down 1, come over 2 again, and then down 1 to this level. And then we bring that all the way to the back of the locomotive here. And then when we get to the back here, at the edge of the stairs, we connect that all the way down to the bottom. Then this is kind of like the front. We come up 4, and we connect it. And then on each side, there's a 2 by 2 of iron bars, skipping the middle. So 2 by 2 over here, and we can go ahead and connect that down to the bottom. Then on this side, we come up by 4, and we use that to bring forward to the front of the locomotive. So just keep bringing your iron bars up to the front of the locomotive here. And then when you get in front of this, we come up by 1, and then bring that over to the cab. So now our railing's done, and we can do our ditch lights. So we're going to take out an item frame and put them on each side here on the bottom with glowstone for the lights. And we'll do the same thing down on this end. So come around here, an item frame on each corner down here with glowstone for the lights. Now we're going to do the interior, so let's go ahead and come through this door and get inside the cab here. We're going to put a blast furnace on bottom in front of that door there. Then we're going to take out smooth stone slabs, and we're going to start stacking everything up so the floor is the same level as the doors. The good thing about a switcher locomotive like this is we don't have to worry about fitting stairs in. So just keep filling everything with smooth stone slabs so the floor is all the same height. Now in front of that blast furnace, stack 2 smooth stone slabs to be a control stand. Up here, we're going to put an item frame with a compass in it to be a gauge, and we can make 2 of those since there's a block there. A lever for the engineer. Turn around and we can make the seats, which are usually sideways so you can see both ways in this kind of locomotive. You can't really see from the engineer's seat, but that can't be helped at this scale. In real life, there'd be a window there. Now we can go in and out on both sides of our locomotive here, and the interior is complete. Now, since this plows all blocks, we have space to add a cut lever. So on each end, we're going to put a player head. We're going to put a temporary block so we can get a sideways end rod, and we'll extend that out across the middle. So there's a cut lever bar there. I usually don't build that on my locomotives because it usually looks too cluttered when you have stairs instead of flat blocks. But since this one's flat blocks, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So same thing here, a player head on each side, temporary block to get our sideways end rod, and 3 sideways end rods coming across the middle for the cut lever. And there you have it, folks. We've completed this Milwaukee Road S12 switcher engine. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there.